Good evening, guys. I hope you are all doing very well, and as always, welcome back to another YouTube video. Now, today we're in for delts, but this is not just any delt session. This is actually my first delt shoulder. I'm not going to say push because I'm not doing chest or triceps. However, this is my first shoulder session back in Ultraflex Durham in quite some time. Now, this was most definitely a humbling session. I'm not going to say it wasn't. I'm not going to say it wasn't a hard session. Wasn't. It was a really sucky session in terms of numbers. And to be quite honest, I didn't really want to post this video because off of the numbers in it, I've taken a lot more than what is in these sessions right here. And as you will see, even across things like my Atlantis shoulder press and my Smith machine press, when I done this Atlantis press, I took it up to 5 plates aside, and I think I got 6 or 7 reps here. Now, I've not used this in so long, but I didn't expect that big of a drop off. I know my body will get super used to it really quick, but at the end of the day, it didn't put me in the best of moods, especially after only being able to take 5 plates for around 6 or 7 reps when I've had upwards of 6 plates on this, and it's definitely moved a lot better than this. But don't get me wrong, I was obviously using it a lot more consistently. The only thing I changed about with this session was because of the numbers being down ever so slightly, I just kind of added in a little bit of extra volume. Obviously, I allowed myself to be able to take myself to that place, still train with intensity, still train as hard as I could on that given day, and really be able to move on and be satisfied with the session as always. But just the numbers, they were a little bit harder to take because I know what I have been capable of in the past, and obviously I'm on my off season right now, so I'm not even in any sort of position to allow any sort of kind of drop-offs in strength to be there. Now, with that being said, even obviously my sets across Atlantis pressing machine and my Smith machine press, they weren't the worst. They've just not been up there compared to what I have been lifting recently. But like I've said to you guys, I've been traveling a lot. I've been training in multiple different gyms. I've been using multiple different pieces of equipment. So there's no reason for my strength to be holding where I was expecting it to be at. Now, even when I moved to the Smith machine press, I was going to do another pressing machine or even a dumbbell press, but I decided to move back to Smith machine just because I felt a lot more fixed in. I'm able to keep my elbows in nice and tucked, and I'm able to remain as safe as possible and as supported as possible to what I need. But the only thing I changed was usually I would work with either between a 65 or 55 degree angle of incline, but here what I done was 3 working sets over the course of a actual upright rather than a more so kind of high incline, what you could say anyway, just to challenge myself a little bit more within that actual movement and really force myself to be able to have to reset some smaller baseline numbers with where I was at rather than try and shoot for something that I know wasn't actually going to be there. Now, this is definitely something that I want you guys to be able to take from a session like this, because you guys know I go in every single day, I go to war, I lift as heavy as I can, and you guys usually do see me lifting a lot heavier than what you will have seen in this session. However, we have to expect these sort of sessions to happen, guys. These sessions are going to be there. We're going to go in and we're going to have days where our body's just not going to be firing from all cylinders. We're going to go back into places that we've not been for a little while. We're going to use pieces of equipment that we've not used for a little while. And trust me, your body will forget about them. But don't get me wrong, it won't take long for your body to readjust and get back to them. You just have to be willing to go through them couple of sessions where you're not going to be lifting what you know you've lifted in the past. That doesn't mean you've got weaker. That doesn't mean that you're going back the way. It doesn't mean that you're regressing. All that it means is you have to allow your body to readapt, especially if you're going to get back used to them pieces of equipment. Now, I'm going to be an Ultraflex Durham for quite a little bit of a run now, which is obviously really good. But at the same time, I'm still going to be traveling, so it means that I might actually have to train delts in other gyms. I might have to use other pieces of equipment. The only thing you have to do whenever you're doing things like this, guys, is not go into the gym with any expectations. You go in, you can utilize the logbook as a reference only. Don't use it as a target. Use it as something to know what you're going to do from an exercise selection standpoint and a baseline of where you know you're at. But don't use it as a target because the numbers might not actually be there. Now, don't get me wrong, obviously my sessions around this one have been a whole lot better. My body's got adapted to things like leg sessions, back sessions, chest sessions a lot more quicker than what it has actually shoulders. I just suck at pressing in general, regardless of that. Chest pressing, shoulder pressing, just not the one for me. However, like what I was saying, guys, you've got to expect these sort of sessions to happen. These are the sessions that will make up your year. And like what I've said to you already, performing at anywhere from 90 to 100% forever is going to take you so much further than being able to perform at 100% for 4, 5, 6 weeks and then taking a deload or having to take time off or having to do a big devolume or having to really work around that in some sort of way. Now, this, what you could say, is essentially my 90% session. My sessions after this and even before this have potentially been higher, but we've been traveling about a lot and we have to expect these sort of sessions to happen. Now, this is me genuinely just being honest with you guys, because I want you to be able to take as much value from these videos as enjoyment, as potentially motivation, inspiration, whatever you want to classify it as. I want you to still be able to take value and actually understand that I am a real human being at the end of the day. I am not a robotic machine that can just go in every single day and deadlift 300 kilograms, even although that's happened the past 2 weeks for the same amount of reps, but we'll just forget about that. But yeah, this was literally my delt session. Wasn't the best. You guys know you've seen a lot more from me. You guys know you will see a lot more from me. But I just wanted to be super honest with you guys, and hopefully you can take something from this. But regardless of that, again, save this workout, give it a try. I hope you have enjoyed this one. If you have enjoyed it, guys, please do not forget, as always, to drop the video a like for me. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, because we're still cruising upwards towards 10,000 subs. We are getting close, but we're just not there yet. And anything you guys want to see, drop a comment down below. I will get back to absolutely every single one of yours. But yeah, I'm just going to catch up with you all in the next video.